Are you following what I'm saying now? So you see that when that man and that girl that had been singing in that choir eventually got married and went home and slept together, something happened to them. As a matter of fact, the original plan of God was that the man will experience the woman's blood. Every woman arrived here sealed. Every single woman. The way God created women, he sealed them up. It's just like when you go to the supermarket or spa, or while you're passing through the counter, you see perfume. Some perfumes are open. You just press it and smell it and say, I don't like this one. You press another one. Do you understand? But there are perfumes that are sealed. You need to break the seal for you to test it. And if you make mistake to break it and smell it and say, I don't like it, or you will buy it. Now, that was why in the Bible, in the Old Testament, a man who disvirgins a woman must marry her, because it means you have unsealed that. You went to the shop without pricing it. You didn't even ask how much they are selling it. You now say, let me test. After you test it, you say, how much is it? They now say it's 7,000. You say, ordinary perfume, how can I buy 7,000? Meanwhile, you have opened it. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So you see that every woman that came here came sealed with a hymen, right? So the idea that God had in mind is that the man that was going to open that seal with test of her blood, will experience her blood, whereby coming into blood covenant with her. So you see that you call sex is actually covenant. Is the highest realm of intimacy any man can come into with a person in relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So we established that knowledge is experiential. That's what God had in mind. Now, we also established that there are levels of that knowledge. And we said basically for all men, including those who are not born again, they experience God by the acts of God. And we said it is very important that all believers will come to the point where we are able to experience the acts of God. This is not testimony. This is not books. This is not something, we read about Joseph or Abraham or Jacob or those men, or something we watch on television. This is something we say it has happened to me, like I have experienced it. We say the reason is because the scriptures, that scripture we read said they that know their God. So it wasn't just talking about Christians knowing God. He was talking about people who have an intimate knowledge of their God. And because we are living in an environment where people are free to worship whatever they like, it's possible for your neighbor to know his God more than you have known your God. And he will make life difficult for you in that office, in that yard, because he has known his God more than you have known your God. It means he will be stronger than you. Are you following what I'm saying now? Do you remember that there was a king that was losing a battle because Israelites had gotten permission from God to slaughter him and his people? And as that king saw that he was losing the battle, he tried to prevail on this side, he could not. He tried to prevail on this side, he could not. Then when he saw that the kingdom was being lost under his watch, he knew something about his God. He knew the laws of sacrifice. We are going to talk about it. And he took his first son that should reign in his stead. If they look for him and he was lost, that man that will sit on the throne, he placed it on the wall and sacrificed him unto his own God. And God of heaven left the battle. God left. The Bible said there was a great indignation against Israel, and God left. That means Israel, you're on your own. If you continue this battle, you're on your own. I have gone. When they have not committed sin or disobeyed God, the first and the only time in the Bible, God left the battle when Israel had not committed sin. You know why? Before Israel went on that battle, what did they sacrifice? Burnt offerings, the Bible said. And what they used to make those burnt offerings, sometimes is rams and bulls and all the rest of them. But the person they have gone against has sacrificed his first son. What God was planning to do to redeem the earth. And God said it was wrong. If I want to kill my first son to redeem the earth, and this man has killed his own, it's wrong for me to take his land. And God left. So there are people that know the ways of the spirit more than Christians. They've studied well the mysteries that govern the oppressions of their own God and deities. If you meet them at workplace in the market and you don't know the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, you better just carry your life and go, because you will be a casualty. I assure you that. Don't say I'm a Christian, I'm a child of God. If you don't know your God, you don't know the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you don't know him, go home. Just tell him, I don't mean trouble with you. Sir, I'm sorry. It's okay. You have not done anything wrong to apologize to keep your life. But now go home and find God.